Hey y'all, still October. It is Domestic Violence Awareness Month or Intimate Partner Abuse Awareness Month. And so I want to keep this momentum going and talk about healthy or unhealthy relationships, or we could say toxic relationships. Now, I'll give you the definition and we're going to dig in, all right? So the definition is a lack of respect, a lack of trust, okay, a lack of open communication, and controlling behaviors. Now, here's the thing, disclaimer here. We all are toxic in our own way. We all carry some form of baggage because it's called life. We've all lived, okay? And so we're going to have something, right? You just have to find the person that can deal with your something and vice versa. Now, this is not to say that though you have gone through whatever you've gone through, that it's okay to sit in that toxicity. I'm not advocating for that, okay? What I'm saying is you're human. You've been through some things. You're going through some things even today. And you're not going to go into a relationship without having some form of experience. It is very important, though, that you are a person that understands you have these experiences, understand that you may be working through some things, right? But actually be working through those things. That is really important. You have to understand that as you go through this life, you're going to learn some lessons and you should be evolving from those lessons. It shouldn't be a situation where you're like, oh, well, I got cheated on, so this is how I feel, and I'm not going. No, that's not okay. Okay, so I just want to put that out there because we can all make excuses for why we are where we are, but the work we have to do to be our best selves is on us, no matter what happened to us. Okay. All right. So characteristics. Now, these characteristics, I have to say, these characteristics can be a little tricky. And the reason why I say that is because what may be disrespectful to me may not be disrespectful to you. So you're going to have to gauge, okay, how I feel about this, okay? And when you gauge it, all right, I want you to think full body, body, mind, spirit. Are you in the gut offended by what's happening? Is this something you feel like you can deal with? Okay. So, first, there's disrespect, there's controlling behavior. Okay. There is dishonesty, and I'm sure you know what that is. There's hostility, and it could be that something happened on the outside of the house, and then your partner brings it in to you and is very hostile towards you because he has feelings or she has feelings towards something else that happened out there, and you have to deal with it. And, it could get toxic. You may feel like, okay, I understand what's going on out there and it's okay. That person can talk to me this way. It's okay. I got what it takes to, bring them back down, whatever. But that has to be a decision that you make. Somebody else is not going to deal with that. Okay. Now, dependency. Now, this one is a tricky one as well because a lot of people like the idea of their partner having to depend on them, whether it be that it makes them feel like that they have a purpose, okay, or that they have some kind of power, if you will, whatever the case. Some people like that, but let's be clear. Over time, somebody completely depending on you can be a little bit of a headache, okay? In fact, if you're in a situation where you may have to depend on them, that can cause an issue, okay? So I just want to, I really, really want you to think about that one, okay? People also use intimidation where they're threatening you and that kind of thing. And of course, there is physical and sexual abuse. Now, again, these are things that you have to gauge for yourself and you have to decide. Do I feel offended? Do I feel harmed? Do I feel like this is actually physical abuse or sexual abuse? Like somebody pulling your hair while they're doing it to you might make you feel good. Somebody else, they may feel like, no, that's not okay. You get what I'm saying? So I want you to really think about that. Now, here's the thing. Ways that you can figure out in your body if you are really in an unhealthy relationship, because again, mind, body, spirit is going to be affected, right? If you feel like you're in a relationship where it's unequal, over time, that's going to wear down on you and your body is going to start to respond to it. And unequal meaning that, you don't have a say, that person is doing everything, you're just accepting, or it could be that you're doing everything in the relationship to keep it going and they're not pulling their weight. Okay. Now there are times in a relationship where it's going to be give and take. Sometimes you're going to give more than your partner is. It is what it is. That partner may be sick. That partner may be unemployed, whatever the case. And they can't give like they used to. But the point is, there was equality within that relationship. Okay. It didn't all fall on you to keep the relationship going. Right. Isolation. And that isolation could be from them or from you. Okay. Where you feel like I need to keep everybody away from around me because this person is so insecure. Okay. If you feeling that, you might want to check in because your relationship may be unhealthy. Manipulation or guilting. Us women are good at the guilting. I won't lie about that. Where we, oh, you did this to me, you did that to me, how you gonna do this to me, and then using it to, again, gain power, because this is a power and control game. When it's unhealthy, it's a power and control. Okay. And jealousy. Now, some people like a little bit of jealousy. It makes them feel like, oh, the person is really into me and that kind of thing. But the truth is, that does not mean that. Okay. But again, this may be something that you're attracted to. It may be something that lights a fire inside of you. But for somebody else, being overly jealous could be a red flag. Okay. So, but if you're feeling any of those in your spirit and you're starting to feel like, okay, I got to walk on eggshells. Okay. I can't be my true self and all of that. That's a sign that you're in an unhealthy relationship. And if you are to share these things with your significant other and that person is not open to hearing what you have to say, or they want to fight about it or whatever, that may be your cue that you are not in the right relationship. But again, this is an individual thing. Now, some things that you would have in a healthy relationship would be open communication. Of course, there would be trust. There would be respect. You would feel valued in the relationship. Whereas in an unhealthy relationship or a toxic relationship, you would not be valued at all. In fact, you would be more so taken advantage of, used and abused, that kind of thing. Okay, so I just want to kind of point that out for you. Okay, now mental health issues can cause issues within your relationship, but mental health issues could also be caused by your relationship. Okay, so if you're in a relationship with someone who has mental health concerns, that could be difficult. Okay, especially if that person is not seeking the help that they need. Okay. But a lot of times, these toxic relationships can cause people to have depression, anxiety, okay, OCD. And I know when you think of OCD, you think, oh, they just want to put everything in order. And no, OCD is that you have this excessive thought that leads to repetitive behaviors or patterns, okay? But that can happen, because this person is trying to deal with whatever they're going through in the relationship with you. Okay. You have attachment disorder, and that's where it's difficult to connect in some ways. And there are a lot of attachment disorders, and I will cover that another time. But there's also borderline personality disorder, and that's where your mood, your behavior, and everything about you is so unstable that you can't be in a stable relationship. Okay, so I want you to think about those things, because again, you can cause this with someone if you're taking them through hell, but they can also have that in them already, and it can be undiagnosed. Okay, and you could be dealing with the ramifications of someone who is not dealing with their mental health. Okay, so just think about that. Okay, now I'm going to give you a Bible verse, of course, and then I'm going to give you a tool that can help you to determine if this relationship is something you want to stay in. Okay, so the Bible verse is Galatians 5th chapter, 22nd through the 23rd verse, and it states, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such there is no law." Now, if you think about all of those beautiful things, these are things that's the fruit of the Spirit. These are the things that God expects us to have within ourselves and within our relationships with each other. Okay. Now, if you see that you're in a relationship that don't have peace or joy or love, or kindness or goodness or faithfulness, right? Or gentleness. Gentleness don't have to be male or female or feminine or masculine. Let's be clear. You care about somebody, you're going to be gentle with them in some ways, okay? Self-control. Like those things should be normal in a relationship. If they are not, then you may be in an unhealthy relationship. And that's in the Bible, okay? Now, another way that you can figure that out is using I statements. And I love these I statements because it really does help you to get down to the bottom of things. So the I statement is set up where you are sharing your thoughts or your feelings with a person. You're not pointing fingers. You're not blaming the other person. You're saying, I feel, I think, or I experience this, okay, about this, or because this happened, or whatever. And then you say, because whatever it was that was happening, okay? And then after you do that, then you go into what you would prefer. So I'll give you an example. I feel sad when you work late every night because it makes me feel alone. And what I need is some time with you. Now, that's not saying, damn it, be at home, you're always late, da da da. Okay, but it is saying that. Okay, you got it? All right. So try that. Try to put this is how I feel. Own your feelings. Own what you got to say. Okay, and then you go into why you feel that way and what you need. Okay, without pointing like you are making me feel. Because here's the thing: if somebody's making you feel a certain way, you gave them the power to make you feel a certain way. I'm going to repeat that. If you're feeling a certain way, okay, you gave somebody else the power. You made me feel. Okay, that means you gave them the power to make you feel this way. Okay, so take your power back. Own up to your own emotions and your feelings. Okay, and then go from there. All right, now the song for today, Hit on Me. All right. I may believe that it really didn't hurt me. May believe that I only hurt myself. I believed you every time you said I'm sorry. Was too ashamed to tell someone I needed help. You were supposed to do the things you're supposed to do. I loved you to the end. Ooh, but I'd rather die before I let my kids see the way you hit on me, the way you hit on me. Every night I cry, hoping that they never see the way you hit on me, the way you hit on me. Every night I cry, hoping that they never see the way you hit on me, the way you hit on me. Now, this song is about hitting, but just know that when you lay hands on someone, it's not just hurting them physically, it's hurting them mentally, emotionally, in every way. So we're going to talk about all of it as we celebrate the awareness of domestic violence and intimate partner abuse for the month of October. I hope this helped. Take care.